David, why don't you kick us off, please, my love? Your original sin.
When I was young, in the 1800s, I went to a Orthodox Jewish primary school.
Right.
And my best friend there was called Saul. To give you an example of how Jewish it was, I had one line, it's completely true, in the school play, and it was, "Well, Rabbi, you certainly do drive a hard bargain." Maybe the most Jewish line ever written.
Wow.
And so my best friend was Saul, right? And I was really friendly with him. My mum used to say, "You and Saul, you're like two peas in a pod." And then he went to the same secondary school as me, and in fact the same university, but we sort of weren't friends anymore. Now, I was friends with a mate of mine called Dave. And Dave always thought it was very funny that I had this very, very Orthodox Jewish friend.
Yeah.
Dave started writing to me from his university to my university, and under the guise of Saul's rabbi. Dave had never met Saul, and he was very worried, in these letters, Saul's rabbi, that Saul's foreskin had grown back. And he used to write these long letters. I remember one particular thing saying, "We in the Jewish community mourn the return of his winter coat." And I used to write back saying, we're also very worried over here about Saul and this terrible thing, and maybe one day we can see that it will recede or something. Anyway, then, one day, I was in my halls of residence, and there was a knock on the door, and it was Saul. And I hadn't seen him for years, and he was having a crisis, quite a big spiritual crisis. I actually think he'd slept with a non-Jew. I think that was his crisis. And he was really worried about that. And he'd come to speak to his old Jewish friend to get through this. So I sat him down and we talked. It was all very serious. And I noticed him looking over to my desk, which was over there. And I hadn't realised that one of Dave's letters was on the desk, and his name was quite large in this big... And he'd seen his name. And he said, "There's my name over there. What? There's got a letter with my name on it." I said, no. He said, "Yes, sir." And he went over and he read it.
No.
And he read it. And he just said, "Why?" And he just left, confused and without any help for his crisis, and possibly with his foreskin grown back.
I knew about this story already. Much like Saul, I had a tip-off. Now, thank you.